This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. The weather continues to dominate our headlines. Here is just a glimpse of the aftermath following a weekend of tornadoes across our area.
Argyle, Janesville, and Marshall are just a couple of the places that were hit the hardest, but it's not completely over. We have an alert day in the forecast with more storms possible tonight. For more on the timing of those storms, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington out on the patio. Alex?
Yeah, Armand and Susan, let's get right to the graphics. We'll go right to Max 1. We have alert day conditions that are expected for late tonight going on through the early portion of your Tuesday morning. I want to stress this to southern Wisconsin. A lot of our alert days have been late afternoon, early to mid-evening. This event is going to occur during the nighttime hours when a lot of folks are sleeping. We have an enhanced risk. This is a 3 out of a 5 risk for severe weather across all of southern Wisconsin. What you're seeing here with these bright red colors and all the hashes is a likelihood of a damaging wind event to sweep across much of southern Wisconsin tonight. And this could be a higher end damaging wind event with winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a peek. Where is this stuff right now? It's likely going to pop up between southern Minnesota up towards, let's say, the Minneapolis area. And depending on where these storms pop up, will make a big impact on what parts of southern Wisconsin get impacted. Here's one projection from our future track showing that line of thunderstorms entering the northwestern part of our area at midnight. They have that classic Boeing shape. That is what you see when you have very strong winds associated with a line of thunderstorms. Approaching the Madison area as we head towards 2, 3 o'clock, an impressive line potentially. That line quickly goes off towards the south and towards the east. Again, impacts that we're expecting with this line, damaging winds are the main threat. We could be looking at those storms as close to Madison as we get towards that midnight hour, areas to the north and west before that midnight hour. We're going to be keeping a very close tab on this line of potentially destructive storms on the First One Weather Team this evening. More on Tuesday's potential alert day conditions coming up in Maine weather.
Alex, thank you. The National Weather Service has stayed busy working to piece together about as much as they can about Saturday's storms. News
3 Now's Kyle Pozorski followed along with them today in Lafayette County, and he has more on that effort.
We're back here again at Apple Grove Lutheran Church west of Argyle, and as you can see behind me, there's still caution tape and a lot of debris around here. News 3 Now spoke with Tim Hallback Monday from the National Weather Service office in Milwaukee, explaining the process their office goes through when looking for damage following severe weather. A lot of the time it looks like this. Tim and his colleagues use iPads to take pictures and write down notes of what they find, relaying that information back to the Weather Service so they can determine the tornado's scale. He tells me the hardest part is hearing from people impacted, becoming a therapist of sorts to those who just went through a very traumatic experience.
We talk with them and listen to their story and hear what they had to say. A lot of times it's trying to find out, did you get the warning? You know, were you prepared? Did you know there was a forecast of it? And just kind of ask their story so that we get an idea if we're hitting the mark with getting warnings out in enough time. And
the majority of Tim's work Monday consisted of working alone, going mile by mile, keeping track of what he was seeing. It's a time-consuming effort he says is worth it to help meteorologists and the public stay informed. Reporting in Lafayette County, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. And as of this afternoon, Tim was unable to give us an estimate on the scale of the Argyle tornado, saying that more work still needs to be done to make a confirmation. Here's a look at the current power outages across southern Wisconsin. The power is back on for the majority of people in Janesville after more than 25,000 homes lost power in the storms. At this hour, the majority of the outages are being reported in Walworth County, with more than 1,400 still without power.
And as communities continue to assess the damage, Rock County is asking for relief for those affected by the storms. To help, you can make a donation to the Rock County Salvation Army. It's on Sutherland Avenue. The city of Janesville is asking for bottled water, unperishable food, first aid kits, rakes, toilet paper, paper towels, flashlights, and more.
And with the threat of more severe weather tonight, as Alex was mentioning, make sure to download our First Warn Forecast Weather app. If you haven't already, it has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
Today's Senator Elizabeth Warren arrived in the Badger State as she's campaigning for President Joe Biden. This afternoon, Warren held a panel discussion on reproductive rights in Milwaukee. At 6 tonight, she'll be holding a rally in Madison on the current and future status of abortion rights in the country. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10, we'll have much more from that senator's rally, and we'll bring you more reaction.
Next at 4, UW Health has officially opened its new MedFlight helicopter base in Janesville. The new base will improve care for critically ill patients from areas south and east of Madison. It's the 3rd regional MedFlight base for UW Health outside of Madison. The other 2 are in Mineral Point and Portage. Starting this week, a helicopter and critical ambulance have been relocated for faster response time to patients.
Moving that helicopter down to Janesville will decrease that time down to 10 minutes. And so that's where the big advantage is we've cut the time from our liftoff to getting to the patient and back to a tertiary care center dramatically. And the same goes for the ambulance. It took about 90 minutes to get to Rockford. Now it'll be about 40 minutes.
According to health officials, these aspects of care are vital for the most critical patients, especially young children and newborns.
One of the largest and longest standing 4th of July celebrations in southern Wisconsin announcing today that this year will be the final hurrah. Organizers with the Monona Community Festival announced it'll be ending after 2024. A combination of fewer volunteers, increased costs, and new city regulation played a large part in the decision to put a stop to the event. The festival routinely draws 20,000 to 30,000 people to Winnequa Park and boasts one of the best fireworks shows in the Madison area on the 4th. Festivities start on July 3rd and will run through the 4th.
Turning to Packers news today, the next successor to retiring Mark Murphy has been announced. Next July, Ed Policy will take over as the next president and CEO. Policy is entering his 13th year with the Packers and 7th overall with the organization as Chief Operating Officer. Policy's experience includes 9 years with the Arena Football League, in which he served as commissioner, president, and CEO from 2008 to 2009.
Well, you only have 6 days left to vote for Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Awards. From now until June 30th, you can pick from a variety of categories under food and drink, arts and entertainment, health, lifestyle, and a whole lot more. Unlike the first round, you'll only be able to vote once per category, so pick carefully. Just head to channel3000.com and search for Madison Magazine. And still to come, it's been 2 years since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade and 50 years of precedents for abortions.
On the anniversary of the Dobbs decision, hear how the national conversation went around reproductive rights. That's coming up next on Live at 4.
My name is Adrienne, and I was hurt in a car accident. What Gruber Law Office has done for me was made me feel safe. It didn't cost me anything, just one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Introducing Badgerscape Design and Landscape, your trusted full-service landscape company in the greater Madison area. We offer expert design, installation, and maintenance services. Visit badgerscapedesign&landscape.com to schedule a consultation today.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Above Average Moving for Best Moving Company. Vote for Above Average Moving and all your favorites online today.
Milwaukee, are you ready?
All the best parts of summer are here at Summerfest. Along one epic, music vibing, crowd cheering lakefront. Experience 600 artists across 12 stages during 3 unforgettable weekends. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Breaking news just into our newsroom. The Dane County Medical Examiner has named the man shot and killed 2.5 weeks ago outside of a bar on Williamson Street in Madison. He's been identified as 27-year-old Alwayne Jones Jr. The shooting happened shortly after 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday, June 7th, near the intersection of Willie and Baldwin Streets. More than 40 shell casings were recovered. Police believe Jones was targeted before being killed. Madison Police Violent Crimes Unit continues to investigate, but no arrests have been made.
Well, today marks 2 years since the Supreme Court issued its decision in the Dobbs case, overturning the court's previous Roe v. Wade decision and taking away the federal right to an abortion. Abortion rights advocates protested outside the Supreme Court to mark 2 years since the conservative majority overturned Roe. Anti-abortion rights demonstrators were also on hand, saying the Dobbs decision protects life. A new CBS News poll shows around 2/3 of Americans are concerned that pregnant women are more at risk in states where abortion is mostly illegal.
I feel alienated from my state, and I see it as a fight for women's independence and their autonomy, and I see it as...
Riley Foster, who you just heard from, is from Indiana, one of the 21 states that have enacted restrictive abortion laws in the wake of the Dobbs decision.
The Supreme Court is wading into the culture wars, agreeing to take up a case involving care for transgender youth. The High Court announced it will review the constitutionality of a Tennessee law banning gender-affirming care for transgender minors, such as puberty blockers and hormone therapy.
These are teens who identify as transgender who are saying, but if I didn't identify as transgender, then some of these treatments would be available to me. So this is a violation of the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. You're treating similarly situated people differently, and you don't have a good enough reason to do so.
The outcome of the case could have a nationwide impact since more than 20 states have enacted laws restricting treatments for transgender youth in recent years. Arguments are set to take place in the fall. Well, dangerous flooding continues to impact millions of Americans all across the Midwest.
At least one person was killed in South Dakota due to floodwaters, and evacuations have been ordered in parts of Iowa. Jonah Kaplan reports from Spencer, Iowa.
Historic rainfall is causing rivers to swell in parts of the Midwest.
I think the term people are using is unprecedented.
In Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz activating the National Guard to help residents in Waterville, while officials kept a close eye on possible dam breaches in low-lying areas.
Minnesotans are tough and our communities are strong, and we will get through this together.
Aerial video shows the extent of devastation in Iowa, where Governor Kim Reynolds declared a disaster for 21 counties.
At this time, it's estimated that at least 1,900 properties are impacted and hundreds have been destroyed.
In the town of Spencer, streets have turned into rivers, leaving residents with nowhere to go.
All this water is from a historic crest from this river that's moved well beyond the bridge. You can see it's covered this entire stretch, many businesses. There are neighbors on each side.
And in South Dakota, at least one person was killed after heavy rains and flooding inundated the eastern part of the state. And floodwaters there continue to pose a threat. Officials in affected areas are working with the federal government to deliver assistance to hard-hit areas as the severe weather threat shifts east. Jonah Kaplan, CBS News, Spencer, Iowa.
Well, storms are possible here tonight. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Indeed, Armand. We are keeping a very close eye on a potential line of destructive thunderstorms this evening. Winds are going to be the primary threat. I'm going to show you an hour-by-hour track of this potential line of destructive storms. This is tonight through early Tuesday morning. I want to emphasize again, a lot of our alert days have been late afternoon, early evening. This particular alert day set of conditions is overnight tonight when many folks will be sleeping. So I want you to make sure you have your First Warn weather app and your weather radio ready to go and your remote ready to turn on to channel 3. As we are expecting a level 3 out of 5, this is an enhanced risk of severe weather for damaging winds to sweep across all of southern Wisconsin. There is still some model discrepancies, and it all depends on where the storms fire first as to where that line is going to move across southern Wisconsin. I'm going to show you one projection of that. But where is this right now? We're watching up by Minneapolis over towards Mankato and Rochester for these thunderstorms to get going, and then they will move and congeal into a line that will quickly move off towards the south and towards the east. Midnight projection, Juneau County over towards Vernon County, a line of storms moving very rapidly. Take note that it has what we call a bowing shape. That bow shape is usually an indication of very strong winds. Look at that line moving right into south central Wisconsin by midnight. We could be looking at a higher end wind event with this line of thunderstorms. What do I mean by that? This could be a 70-mile-per-hour plus wind event moving across southern Wisconsin, and 70-mile-per-hour winds could certainly do damage to structures, trees, and power lines. Good news is it moves quickly across southern Wisconsin, so while we may also have the potential for some torrential rainfall with this line of storms, the fast pace of it is good news. Well, let's do a little good additional news here. At least this evening it's going to be quiet in the Madison area. Temperature staying warm. That humidity is going to increase as we carry on into the evening. Bottom line with this line of storms, a wind event tonight looks quite likely for much, if not all, of southern Wisconsin. We're watching the track of the storms depending on where they fire up first, up towards the Minneapolis area, northwest Wisconsin, southeast Minnesota will make a big impact on how much of southern Wisconsin is impacted tonight. So you're going to want to tune in at 6. You're going to want to tune in definitely at 10 o'clock. We'll have a much better indication on the extent of that line. The good news, too, with this line of storms is that as it pushes through, it may scour out a lot of the heat and humidity for alert day conditions that we've been keeping a track on for Tuesday, may not actually verify. And the Storm Prediction Center is following par for course with that same logic that we have here in the First Warn weather team, pushing that severe weather risk to the south and decreasing it to a marginal, a 1 out of 5 recap. And speaking of a recap, it's been a very busy time for southern Wisconsin. Still looking at the total here for 6 tornadoes from Saturday. And as we were mentioning earlier in our newscast, we're waiting on the Argyle assessment for that particular rating for that. Very likely could have been a strong tornado, but we will let our National Weather Service colleagues verify that. Following Tuesday, we may drop alert day conditions on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is looking quite nice, and as we head towards the weekend, looking nice as well.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. The box office once again having a strong weekend as we are now in full summer season at the movies.
There we go. Inside Out 2 continues to have a ton of success at the theaters, but another film over the weekend had a strong premiere. Will Loper has more in the Loper Report.
Inside Out 2 continues to dominate at the box office, making $100 million in its second weekend. Only the 7th film in history to do so. And the newest film in theaters, The Bike Riders, also had a strong opening, making $10 million to end in third.
I'm thinking of starting a riding club.
The Bike Riders is based off a book of photos and interviews of a motorcycle club in the late 60s and follows 3 characters. Johnny, the leader of the Vandals Club, played by Tom Hardy, channeling his inner Marlon Brando from The Wild One.
Hey, Johnny, what are you rebelling against?
What do you got? Austin Butler co-stars as Benny, one of the club members, and Jodie Comer plays Benny's girlfriend, Kathy.
That was the golden age of bike riders.
I never felt so out of place in all my life. That's when I saw him for the first time. It took my breath away.
The film is Goodfellas on motorcycles and is a movie of vibes rather than plot. The crunch of leather, the roar of the motorbike, the smoke in the Midwest bars all loom large as we watch the club members hang out, tussle, and occasionally get into trouble.
I told you to take that jacket off.
You'd have to kill me to get this jacket off. What about the bar? Burn it down.
The Bike Riders nails the mood it's going for, and the three leads excel in their roles. And despite being slim on plot, the film is utterly compelling from start to finish.
You can't have him.
If he wants to ride a bike, he'll ride a bike.
Rev your way to the nearest theater to see The Bike Riders, which is absolutely worth a watch. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
You saw this one over the weekend.
I did,
You're
yeah.
a little lukewarm on it?
A little bit lukewarm. You know, everyone has their opinions, so
That's right.
I can't see I saw it in the same way. Goodfellas on bikes, I don't think it was that.
Okay.
Also, as a Chicagoan, those accents, way too over the top. We do not sound like that.
Art is in the eye of the beholder, definitely.
It really is. Well, after the break, our community baby shower officially kicks off today.
We'll show you how you can help make sure our newest community members are well clothed and fed. That's coming up next.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
I love the co-op because of the good food and it supports the community.
I love the fresh produce, coffee at the juice bar for while I'm shopping, and the large selection of bulk products.
I think the prices are great. I love the co-op because they make healthy food affordable for people.
I love the people who work here and the people who shop here.
The vibe is great, and they have fun cooking classes for kids.
I love the co-op. I come here almost every day.
It's kind of my mini vacation going there.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including the Inn at 7 Acre for Best Boutique Hotel. Vote for the Inn at 7 Acre and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot. What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
We're looking for 200 homeowners this month interested in getting new landscape borders. Our cutting-edge materials and installation process ensures that your borders will not fade, discolor, or disconnect and will look beautiful for years to come. All covered by our extensive lifetime warranty. Visit the website or call the number for your new borders today.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Welcome back. News 3 Now is proud to partner with Babies and Beyond here in Madison for our community baby shower. The goal is to help new parents navigate the difficulties of parenthood by providing the resources that they need.
We need your help to make sure that our newest community members are well clothed and fed. Here's our Leah Linscheid.
News 3 Now is once again proud to sponsor the community baby shower in partnership with Babies and Beyond. We are here at their headquarters over on the east side with Executive Director Brenda Collins. Thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
This is a really big need in the community, and we've been talking about how that need has actually grown in just the last few months. Tell me about what you're hearing from moms here in Madison.
Yeah, so the need is definitely increasing. We hear from parents all the time that they're struggling. They're struggling with food insecurity, which means that they're having to decide between buying food, putting food on the table, or buying diapers. And no parent should ever have to decide between one or the other. Families deserve to have both. They should have the essentials.
That's when you folks come in. So my photojournalist Mark Schilling showing what is a week's worth of diapers here. What do you folks provide moms who come in here and need assistance?
Yeah, so we're providing as much as we can as far as baby essentials for the basics. So diapers, wipes, formula, baby food if we have it, clothing, equipment, so strollers, cribs, high chairs, toys, books, so whatever we can for those baby supplies.
And you are in need of some specific things right now. Behind us, this is normally, you know, full of clothing. We're short here.
Yes, so particularly the girls' clothing. So for summer, what used to be full is now empty. So we need more girls' clothing.
Specifically past 6 months, it looks like 9 month, 12 month. The older girls is what we're looking for here.
Yep, toddler up. Yeah, just about everything.
So as our community baby shower kicks off today on Monday, what do you want folks to bring in?
So gently used items. So if you're already finished with your baby clothing, toddler clothing, we would happily accept those items.
And we always take diapers. We take formula as well, correct?
Yes. So we do have a wish list too, an Amazon wish list. So if you want to just hop online and order something off of that, it's really easy to do that and have it shipped directly to us. Or you can go right out to the store and come and drop it off to us. We'll be open extended hours for next week, 11 to 6. So you can come and drop it off during those hours as well.
All right, we will be talking with Brenda all week long, giving you a sneak peek into what Babies and Beyond does for this community and how you can step up and help make sure that new moms here in our backyard get all the support they need. For now, I'm Leah Lynchide.
Thank you, Brenda and Leah. When we come back, still more damage from the tornadoes that hit southern Wisconsin this weekend.
But at one farm in Marshall, see pieces of that family's history that are miraculously still standing.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today,
a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
welcome to Delicious.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Hooper for Best Plumber and Best Heating and Cooling. Vote for Hooper and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
We're a really busy family of 6 and moving into a new house, and Empire made it really easy.
They brought samples to our house, quality products, and installation on our schedule.
And we're really happy with everything.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. Imagine checking your own heart with medical precision from anywhere.
Introducing KardioMobile 6L, the FDA-cleared EKG that provides 6 times more heart data than any smartwatch. And it detects 3 of the most common arrhythmias in just 30 seconds, including atrial fibrillation, bradycardia, and tachycardia. Check your heart with the most advanced personal EKG outside the hospital. Get yours at kardia.com or Amazon.
Hi, I'm Fiona Rataj with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. Here are 3 things to know. Make sure you are registered to vote at your current address. You can check or register at myvote.wi.gov. If you do not have a Wisconsin driver's license or state ID, you can register to vote with your municipal clerk by completing the registration form on MyVote. Absentee ballots must be requested.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Boy, it was such a long, difficult weekend for so many, but here's a peaceful scene. Doing a little stand-up paddle boarding on Lake Monona. But unfortunately, we're still tracking another chance for severe storms overnight. Nobody needs a break more than Alex. He's out on the weather patio. How are you holding up?
I'm holding up just fine and dandy. At age 4, Susan, this is what I wanted to do, and well, we're doing it, right? Keeping southern Wisconsin safe is my #1 priority, and the First Warn Weather Team's #1 priority as well. And I want to be abundantly clear to southern Wisconsin. We have had alert days starting in February, clear up through now. A lot of them have been afternoon and early evening alert days ending 9, 10, maybe 11 o'clock at night. Tonight's alert day is tonight, late tonight, lasting through the early hours on your Tuesday. I really want southern Wisconsin to make sure you have your First Warn Weather app ready to go, your phone charged, your weather radio have a battery in it, and your remote ready to tune in to Channel 3 tonight, because what we're expecting is the potential for a damaging wind event, potentially a destructive damaging wind event. When you see this red and these hashed symbols here from the Storm Prediction Center, this means a high-end destructive wind event may be moving through southern Wisconsin as we approach that midnight hour. Couple storms over southern Minnesota right now. This is not the main event. Future track showing, though, that main event really revving up towards Minneapolis and Eau Claire as we approach 10, and that line's going to sweep quickly to the south and east across southern Wisconsin. A nice night. You were just showing a beautiful picture out there. It's gorgeous right now. A little warm, a little on the humid side, but it's that humidity and heat that's going to fuel these storms. I'm going to track that line into southern Wisconsin in a few minutes.
Alex, thank you. And as we continue to cover the severe weather as it hits here in southern Wisconsin, community members affected over the weekend continue cleaning up.
Our Maddie Heimsch takes us to one family farm in Marshall where the storms touched down.
For one family here in Marshall, the tornado takes with it pieces of their 120-year-old family farm. But members of the family tell me what's important is what's still left standing.
There's my dad's sign still.
Janine Klecker owns the farm now, a part of the family business's 4th generation, but she isn't new to the property. As a child, Klecker sat under the now hollowed oak trees in the backyard, rode her bike on the trail now covered in debris, and sat on the back of her dad's favorite tractor.
Oh my God, the only unscathed building on the entire property houses my father's 1020 John Deere, which he was never off of. So we always gave him crap about it. And I put it in the calf barn, and it's the only unscathed building on the entire property, because you know he was up there going, not my tractor.
Klecker says an ongoing line of cars fills their block of Box Elder Road, neighbors offering to help clean up the damage left behind by the tornado. In business more than 120 years, the Klecker family tells me severe weather has yet to cease their operations. And this weekend storm, just one for the scrapbooks. Reporting in Marshall, Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Maddie, thank you. And here's another reminder, if you're interested in sending us your viewer photos, all you have to do is scan this QR code that you see on your screen, or head to our website and click on Post Your Own. Another way is to email us pictures at Channel 3000, at tips@channel3000.com.
One person is dead after a two-vehicle crash over the weekend. Yesterday afternoon, Madison police were called to the 1900 block of Moreland Road, where police were investigating a vehicle crash between a motorcycle and another vehicle. Traffic was shut down off Southtown Road, but was later reopened. That crash is under investigation.
Meanwhile, Madison police are searching for a vehicle they say was involved in a hit and run on Madison's east side. Officers were called to the intersection of East Washington Avenue and 6th Street. A 40-year-old man was struck by a dark-colored sedan. The man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The sedan fled the scene and has not been found. We're following up this afternoon on a car racing-related event that happened this past Saturday.
Meryl Hubbard talked to Madison Police Department's East District to learn more about the difference between car meets that are unsanctioned versus sanctioned.
I'm here at East Town Mall, and I want you to take a look behind me at this long donut ring made from tires. I highly doubt it's a coincidence that it's here because on Saturday night, MPD cited over 80 people in this area for trespassing, reckless driving, and speeding. MPD has deemed the Saturday incident as an unsanctioned race-related event where people from all over Wisconsin or sometimes other states meet under their shared enthusiasm of cars. After doing some research on the event, we found that it was part of a group organization on Facebook that calls the event Madison Takeover 2024. Without the event being sanctioned, the risk of danger increases, according to MPD.
There's a car meetup at Boulevard Lanes on the east side. They're doing it right. They're getting the permit. They're hiring. They're controlling their environment. These impromptu, spur-of-the-moment ones that come up like they did on Saturday night, there's no control to those events. And that's where it's dangerous.
The danger comes from reckless driving like donuts, burnouts, and speeding. MPD says that car racing is one of their top concerns for their department. Reporting in Madison, I'm Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Well, next at 4, if you're hungry for the value menus of the good old days, you're not alone.
When we come back, how fast food chains are trying to lure back inflation-weary customers. That's when Live at 4 returns.
Get an 11% rebate on outdoor power equipment at Menards. Tame unruly landscapes with ease using the Masterforce 80-volt string trimmer with Flex Connect. Seamlessly transition between attachments, including a hedge trimmer, pole saw, brush cutter, and edger. Own the outdoors with Masterforce outdoor power equipment and start your landscaping project today. The 80-volt string trimmer kit is $229.99, and each Flex Connect attachment is $54.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
If you're searching for the coziness of home within an assisted living community rather than a sprawling campus, Home Again awaits you. Locally owned and operated, offering 3 convenient locations to serve you better. Home Again, living assisted.
On the next Buzzed Into Madison, we're continuing our dairy farm celebration up here in Wisconsin Dells at Walk-Era Farms. We're going to meet Allie and hear all about the Walker dairy story and meet this sweet girl. That's next on Buzzed Into Madison.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
New at 5, the National Weather Service has had a busy couple of days tracking down every tornado to hit Wisconsin over the weekend. We're here in Argyle, where they've completed their latest survey.
Coming up at 5, I'll be tracking a line of potentially impactful thunderstorms that could be bringing destructive winds, large hail, and a few isolated tornadoes to southern Wisconsin.
And ahead at 6, with 6 confirmed tornadoes Saturday alone, how Wisconsin weather is seeming more severe and how communities are handling it. Tonight at 6.
And mixed trading to start the work week on Wall Street as the Dow Industrial surges 260 points, the Nasdaq plummets 192, and the S&P falls 16 3/4. Well, this week McDonald's is launching a new $5 meal deal as more restaurant chains try to get back those inflation-weary customers.
Kenny Choi has more on the changes and the complaints.
Americans crave fast food, but with higher prices, more and more simply aren't loving it.
It's expensive when we have to feed the whole family.
How do you know that? Yeah, what makes you say that?
Because the prices go up like every year.
Nearly 2/3 of fast food customers say they felt sticker shock at the counter this year. The cost of a quick meal is outpacing inflation, with prices up nearly 5% from a year ago.
Such a big jump recently. Maybe we're splitting meals more often, or we are a little bit more aware.
To fight the inflation fatigue Americans are feeling, McDonald's, Burger King, and other chains are launching combo meal deals. Starbucks is also offering a discount pairings menu.
This is not a war against one another. It's really just a response to grocery to get some of those customers back, particularly the lower income.
Hi, welcome. Talk about it.
Fast food chains hope these bargains boost sales as companies try to offset their own higher food and labor costs. But customers may need to grab these deals before they're gone.
This $5 national meal, it's a temporary thing. It's just, I doubt it's going to last more than a month.
And according to a recent Lending Tree survey, 75% of people in the U.S. eat fast food at least once a week. So America is still hungry for a quick meal. Kenny Choi, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, when we come back on Live at 4, it has been a challenging start to the summer. There's the understatement of the year for agriculture.
Well, after the break, our fabulous farm babe Pam Yankee joins us in studio with more on how farmers are dealing with all these obstacles.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Harker Heating and Cooling, Best Duct Cleaning, Best Heating and Cooling. Vote for Harker Heating and Cooling and all your favorites today.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 29th and 30th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 29th and 30th in Spring Green.
I'm gonna take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Right now at Feldco, get 2 windows for the price of 1.
Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Dawn's Home Furniture for Best Furniture, Best Interior Design, and Best Outdoor Living and Services. Vote for Dawn's Home Furniture today.
After 35 years in business on Madison's West Side, Capital Car Cleaners is celebrating by offering all our customers $10 off an interior or exterior detail or $20 off a full-service detail. We detail all cars, pickups, SUVs, motorcycles, and full-size vans. Call today to set up an appointment at our Watts Road location and get $10 off an interior or exterior detail or $20 off a full-service detail. Check out our website at capitalcarcleaners.com.
Capital Car Cleaners, auto detailing at its best.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just 1 visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot mom summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Earlier in the show, Maddie Heimsch took us to the Klecker Farm, a 120-year-old family farm in Marshall that was leveled from this weekend's devastating tornadoes.
Yeah, it's been a challenging start to summer, to say the least, for farmers dealing with flooded fields.
And a strain of avian bird flu has been found in dairy cows in 9 states. It has not been found in Wisconsin. So there is a lot to talk to Pam Jahnke today about all of the issues affecting agriculture right now. Hi, Pam. Good to see you.
Been a while.
Yeah. Let's talk first about what you're hearing from so many farmers in Southwest Wisconsin dealing
Too much. Shut it off.
A lot of damage.
It's enough already.
Oh,
yeah.
It's horrible.
I just looked at the latest crop ratings before I came over, and it's not good. A lot of Wisconsin farmers are expressing their frustration, not only in the fact that their fields are drowning, but the quality of the crop that is out there doesn't look good. And some of the pictures we'll be looking at a little later. We picked up hail in that storm that came through in the weekend, and that's just at a time when the plants are above the ground. So I do my little science explanation. So if a corn plant is above the ground, that's fine, so long as what we call its apical growing point is not damaged by things like hail. So some of the corn is fine, other corn is too far advanced. If that hail comes through, crop's done for the year. That's it. You don't get a second chance this late in June for a lot of Wisconsin crops. So that's the frustration I'm hearing from farmers. One of my friends east of Baraboo emailed me that they picked up another 7 inches of rain on Saturday and Sunday, and their hay is basically floating in the fields. So those are the kinds of struggles that our Wisconsin farmers are dealing with, and there's no easy way to get around it because, again, the clock is out as far as replanting for the most part. Our dairy farmers desperately need that hay as far as part of their feed supplies. So nothing's good right now. And then you couple it with the stories that we've been hearing and sharing with you here on News 3 about the families that are impacted directly. That poor family, a church family in Argyle that watched their 100-plus-year-old church implode. And we're getting all kinds of stories like that from across my coverage area. And that's not just the News 3. Remember, I got 31 radio stations across the state, and I'm hearing it from everybody. You know, you and I were talking during the break. My home farm up in northeast Wisconsin, I didn't plant a thing. Never got a chance. Best crop of ducks that I have ever seen, but I had no chance whatsoever. So I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. I'm small peanuts. But again, when it's your family farm and it's we kind of need that income for Ma Jahnke. So yeah, we're trying to figure out what the next move is.
And you know, you kind of mentioned northeast Wisconsin. It's not only just, you know, corn and whatnot. What are the other crops that are being impacted by this?
Well, alfalfa is of course a big one for our hay producing. Wheat. If you've driven past fields and it looks like tall grass that has some crazy patterns in it, that's called lodging, and that happens when grain is kind of getting closer to being mature and a big storm comes through. And you know what? That's another thing. It doesn't stand back up, which means it's difficult to harvest that way. So I can't find a crop that hasn't been impacted. Maybe my cranberry growers can send me a text or an email and tell me how you're doing. Ginseng up under the protective roofs that they have or the shades that they've got up there. Otherwise, Armin, I tell you, everything is being impacted. We haven't, you know, you asked me right away as soon as I walked into the studio, livestock. I haven't gotten any reports of livestock per se.
You mean livestock lost in the storms? Lost
in the storms, correct.
But the bird flu is a serious threat for Wisconsin dairy farmers.
Oh,
it's all around us.
We're holding tight, man.
Yeah.
I every morning when I go in and whenever there's a quick update from my friends at DACCAP, I'm thinking to myself, oh, here it comes. Yes, you're right. Our biggest concern right now is Minnesota, Iowa, and Michigan have had detections of high-path avian influenza in their dairy herds. That is not happening in Wisconsin, but remember, As of last week, was last week through 20, we put into effect constraints on lactating dairy cows. Cows that are milking are the ones that are being tested in Wisconsin. They're the carriers, or they're the ones that first show the potential impact. So, for example, the Elroy Fair happened last week, and those poor folks were on the front end of the testing for avian influenza in dairy. You had to have a negative test on any dairy cow that you wanted to bring to the fair. Well, so many people didn't know the cost or how long is this test going to be, that the dairy cow numbers at the Elroy Fair were definitely impacted. Now, we've got the Stoughton Junior Fair that's going to be coming up next week. They have to have all the testing done too. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly how the testing impacts our county fairs, a lot of our breed shows that are in Wisconsin. Those are the kinds of things where safety is obviously our best bet. Biosecurity is primary concerns, but it's going to put a wrinkle in things. You know, county fairs, we love them. Yep. That's our vacation. And now there was a girl that was up by the Elroy Fair. She said normally her cows were all ready to go. That's what she was taking. Well, then the testing comes in, so many unknowns, and she didn't have another group of animals ready to go. So she was telling the story, and if you showed cattle, you know what I mean. She went in the barn, she started bringing heifers out to try to get them ready to go. And the heifers were like, what are you doing? What are we doing? And so it's like a crash course to try to get them ready just so you can go to the fair.
We're running out of time, but we'll continue to follow it. I know there's never enough time. And to come back soon, Pam, and keep us up to date on the situation.
My thoughts and prayers. They're cleaning up. Marshall FFA is cleaning up tomorrow at the Cluckers, starting at about 9:30. Yeah, we all pitch in. That's what we do. We all pitch in.
Thanks, Pam. Good to see you.
Thanks so much. Alex has an update now on those storms coming in tonight. Alex?
Yeah, and thank you, Pam. I grew up in a farm west of Arena. I drove out after the 5:30 show. Black Earth Creek, terribly swollen. The Blue Mounds Creek, also terribly swollen. We had the drought last year, and now we have the flooding conditions this year. And I don't have, unfortunately, good news about tonight's storms because we're looking at potentially a high-end wind event moving across much of southern Wisconsin. So I would imagine that that is going to also, well, I know, growing up on a farm, be potentially an impact to area crops. All of southern Wisconsin under this dark brown color, that's an enhanced risk of severe weather. That's a 3 out of 5. That's getting up there. When you see these reds and all these hashed symbols here, this is an alert for southern Wisconsin that this high-end wind event is quite likely. There's some storms near Rochester, but the better chance of thunderstorms are going to pop up as we head towards 10, 11 o'clock at night. These are the storms that come through in the wee hours of the morning and wake you up. I want you to be ready, southern Wisconsin, with the First Warn Weather app, your weather radio, and tuning in at our 10 o'clock show because this line of storms will be moving into southern Wisconsin after midnight. It's warm. It's starting to get more humid in Madison right now at 84. Planning your evening quiet up through 10 o'clock. A warm, muggy evening, and then this line of thunderstorms comes in. 12 o'clock as we head up towards Juneau and Adams County, Viroqua, nearing the Madison area. As we get right at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we could be looking at winds in excess of 70 miles per hour with this line of storms, some hail, the torrential rainfall, a few embedded tornadoes. One silver lining with this is it moves very quickly across southern Wisconsin, so the torrential rainfall will be short-lived, and that's, I think, at least a little bit of silver lining to look at this potential wind event tonight, which the First Warn Weather Team will be tracking very closely. And the good news as well, this line of storms may push all of that severe weather threat in southern Wisconsin Tuesday afternoon, closer or if not south into Illinois. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology lets you see over, under, through. Up to 8 available cameras and 14 views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Don't miss a thing. Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial, or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Nobody wants to replace the roof, but these days many roofs are only lasting 10 to 15 years, costing you tens of thousands of dollars. RoofMax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating it. RoofMax treatments, started early enough, can extend the life of your roof by 15 years or more. And even if you think your roof is at the end of its life, 90% of the time, RoofMax can extend the life of your roof by 5 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. So give us a call and we'll give you a free assessment to see if your roof qualifies.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Elite Cognition for Best Mental Health Facility. Vote for Elite Cognition and all your favorites online today.
Coming up during our 5 o'clock newscast, we're going to be breaking down alert day conditions for the potential for a destructive wind event in southern Wisconsin.
And see firsthand how the National Weather Service assesses storm damage and helps ensure our safety. Coming up next.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now, with more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now.
Well, take a look at this. A baby Japanese macaque was born at the Milwaukee Zoo, according to a post today. The monkey named Mai was born in April.
There you go, the name Mai, meaning brightness or dance in Japanese. And here's a little baby cuddled up next to her mom, Rika. Japanese macaque are also called snow monkeys. Their fur, a unique adaptation to the cold that allows them to live in habitats where temperatures decrease, making them perfect right here in Wisconsin. We'll be right back.